J&E had we're the only company to have their appropriate Metro Vancouver burning licenses,
Right.
and are still the only company on Bowen Island that has ever had them.
Do you have them today? No, you don't have a burning license, but do you have a grinding or whatever it's called?
The grinding is more to what you do with the material, and that comes into play through the, I was looking for a word, my mind went blank. The Metro Vancouver approval is like the transfer station, but that's in its final stages of being approval. You got to wait till the end of the month. So all of that is applied for and waiting. The actual grinding of chipping could happen today if there is no objection to it as far as council goes on an interim basis. So I don't know whether that answered your question or not. It's really what you do with the stuff that is from Metro Vancouver.
So the first part of your letter says, we've received a letter from the bylaw service officer ordering that operation of our grinder must cease until such time as our rezoning application has been approved and the Metro Vancouver brokering facility license has received its final approval. But you can't get that final approval without the municipality agreeing to it. Is that correct?
That's the brokerage license. Yes, Metro Vancouver wants the municipality to agree to it.
So you couldn't actually start grinding in any event?
Yes.
Sorry, is the answer yes?
Yes.
Why?
The brokerage license is the material and what you're going to do with it.
Oh, so it's got nothing to do with the grinding?
As far as I know, that is correct.
So what you're asking for is that the bylaw services officer's letter be put into abeyance
Yes,
alone. That's it.
that's it. And keeping in mind that all of this other stuff has to happen, which is in staff in the municipal hall right now, not just for Ed, but Twin Island. And the municipality should be going through rezoning also to allow the same things to happen. So it's happening. It just hasn't happened yet.
So I think that I mean, there obviously is some form of urgency here because material is piling up and there's no alternative to it. You can't burn it. And grinding, it seems to be the only way that it can be done, but it offends the neighborhood.
And neighbors.
The neighbors, yeah. And I'm just wondering if we could basically instruct staff to allow this to go forward on the basis of receiving a letter of understanding from Eddie that he is only going to grind between certain time periods or certain days. And if he doesn't honor that, then basically we'll shut it down again. And that
Seems to me that's reasonable.
that's reasonable, and it takes care of the situation at the moment, which is what needs to be done.
Needs to be dealt with.
Provided that the other aspect of it, which is the end product, is handled and dealt with according to whatever environmental restrictions are in place.
Yes.
Go ahead, Lon.
I was just, are you asking staff to determine those hours?
I'm basically prepared to put that forward as a motion.
Okay,
Just if I can jump in. Now, as I make these comments, there'll be slight inaccuracies because of my memory, et cetera, but it's a little more complicated than just simply what Councilor Lucas is summarizing. There is an alternative. All this material can go off island and can be shipped and transported to the North Shore transfer station and processed and come back to us as soil. And there is a process, so it doesn't have to stay on island. Ideally, it should stay on island, and that's what this whole notion around the solid waste management plan and the composting program is all about. The the effort done in 2010 when J&E is choosing to accept materials at their site and then hoping to burn it, they were required to get a burning permit through Metro, but there's expense and there's a number of different factors, just like in a composting site where you have to achieve certain criteria to run a composting site to do with coverage and leachate control, et cetera, just like when you burn and grind and you have to be concerned about leachates and all the different things that go into doing the process apply to a temporary use permit or apply to even what Mr. Newport is talking about in terms of what the municipality did on its own land and ground some things. They stockpiled material from road brushing. Twin Island has stockpiled some material over there. It doesn't make all of them right. The real answer is stop doing it, ship it off the island. It costs more. Let the solid waste management plan go ahead and process it. There's nothing to be gained from simply turning a blind eye to our land use permits or to what's required. Make everybody, including the municipality, do it right. Let the solid waste management plan move forward and look after the composting, and that's where it's at. I don't think you should even, J&E has proposed a rezoning, go through the process. There's public process that's involved with either do it right, do it through zoning.
But of course, we're not talking about rezoning.
No, but I mean, it's the same factors, like,
No, I understand it's the same factors, but it's not rezoning. The end result of what they're asking for is not rezoning. They're asking to get rid of the waste that they've accumulated as a result of thinking that they.
it doesn't fit the use of the land though at this moment. So the application to Metro Vancouver's the broken facility and the storage and some of the requirements that are listed in that require the land to be a righteous use of that needs to be zoned. You can't sort of turn a blind eye to what's required there.
So that was my question. We had a referral from Metro Vancouver on this brokerage facility license?
An application and all the information has gone back to them.
Okay, so they've sent us and asked for information, and
The J&E has applied for it.
and your understanding is that they won't approve it without the zoning
Based
being
on
in
the
place?
zoning. It's not.
So that means a temporary use permit or rezoning, and both of them are gonna take roughly the same time frame at this point.
And I don't disrespect the fact that the contractors on the island can choose to do a tipping fee at J&E, or they can do a tipping fee off the island. There's expense involved, there's calling. I'm not denying any of that, but the righteous approach is take it off the island, or just, it's been stored illegally here and there anyway, to use Bill Newport's terms. But, so that is what it is.
So does the municipality ship its solid waste to the North Vancouver?
No, they stockpile on
Stockpile.
That's why we wanna buy a chipper, so we can chip it up as we cut it along the side of the road.
So, Bill, why don't you weigh in on it?
It is correct, what Brent is saying. The bylaw officer will have to change and monitor all of the other activities that are going on, and make sure that the dump sites that are being used now aren't used. And of course, there's going to be an added cost to the municipality to ship this off on island. And then you also have the problem of all of the other problems that we have had on Bowen Island that have never been rectified. And it's all of the other uses of many other activities on Bowen Island where it's not a permitted use, not just for burning. The island's in bad shape as far as permitted uses go, and for years and years of activities that have been permitted. So this goes, to me anyway, it goes pretty deep. But I must say that chipper went to the municipality on Salal Road, and that same one that the bylaw officer is not allowing chipped all of the municipal waste on Salau Road. And the bylaw officer didn't go there. So, you know, it's something has to be done, and it's in the works. I still think a temporary method within limitations, as was suggested, like a few days, and that'll also give time to monitor the decibel readings in and around the valley to come up with what I think would be a pretty good plan for the neighborhood as well as Bowen Island.
Given a couple of questions, how much waste is up there now that needs to be ground, and how long would it take to grind it?
The machine isn't very noisy. It's not like
Wasn't my question. How long will it take to grind what's up there now?
I would estimate if you did about 4 hours in one day. If you did it steady, it would be less than 5 days, but you don't have to do it.
So you're talking about 5 7-hour days to grind everything that's up there?
5 4-hour days.
5 4-hour days, so 20 hours will grind everything that's up there?
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm thinking of a bit of a compromise here to get, because of a fire hazard, to get ground what's up there and no more accepted until there's a rezoning.
If no more is accepted, because there's people here right now that take stuff up there. So yes, you could get rid of what's there and not allow any more. But now you have to make sure that the contractors that are here today, as well as any of the future ones that aren't here, that they know that they've got to ship off island, including the municipality.
That shouldn't be too difficult, there's only a certain number of people to haul. And there is an option.
So how much is stored, like in months? How much is stored there? Like how many months have you not been
Well,
burned?
there's 2 years of non-burning up there, a material stack that was there. And Bill is talking about the stuff that has come up since Christmas.
Okay.
That is there now to be ground up, but I got all that other stuff is there. I'd like to burn it, but I could if I went back to Metro Vancouver, but they want me, it's cost me over $40,000 to burn that pile, and I ain't gonna do it.
No.
So if I can't do what I'm doing with it, hell, I'll just leave it there, I don't care. Nobody can make me do anything with it, I can just leave it there. Nobody can tell me to clean it up.
How long will it take you to burn what's stored up there? I mean, not burn,
To
chip up
grind, all the stuff that's there,
everything.
it'll probably take me a good month with the old stuff. But that's not, and we don't grind every day. We only grind when we're not busy, or we get, like, we're allowed to have 30 ton there in this new thing. And when we get 30 tons, it's ground up. 30 ton, you'll grind in 2 hours with that machine. So, it's just, I mean, there's such a big pile there, because I did get shut down by the neighbors for burning. They didn't like me burning, they didn't like the smoke. And so I figured, well, I'll get a grinder. There'll be no smoke, we won't have to complain about it. As soon as I got a grinder, we were working on it, they're trying to fix it, and I get the bylaw office to come up there.